ending. I can't turn the page. I can't make believe this story ends. There must be just like you, just like you. I can see you. There it is. Okay, that was super fun. Thanks for indulging me. Now I can just switch to my left brain and tell you my story. So before I do that, I'll ask you a few questions. How many people here are music makers of any kind, making some kind of music somehow? Actually, better question, how many of you are not? Because I can't see. Okay, a few non-music makers. How many of you are doing stuff with technology, computers, phones, something? Okay, a bunch of you. How many of you are using a tool like Ableton Live or something digital? And how many of you are more in the camp of like maybe a traditional musician playing guitars and drums and singing? A few. Okay. Cool. hope that's helpful. So my background, I came up, grew up playing guitar, singing, playing in rock bands, metal bands, stuff like that. Discovered electronic music and its plethora of expressions when I was going to college in Boston, and it got me really excited about what's possible because I was into technology, but pretty much only to play video games, not so much to play music. And when I learned that the two could be married together, I got really excited, and I started trying to put technology in my bands and like be in a live drum and bass band and do this crazy stuff with lots of other musicians. And it was really challenging running a band, trying to do some cutting edge, innovative stuff, and making a living as a musician. So, actually partially inspired by this software, Ableton Live, back in its early days, 2001, 2002, I got a copy of it. I kind of believe I saw its potential before a lot of people did. Got really excited and was like, wow, this could realize my dream of like making live performance of electronic music a lot more dynamic, a lot more expressive, have a lot more of what I love about going to see a show. And that led me to get into controllers because there was no Ableton Push. That's like a hardware device that Ableton released a few years ago. There was no iPad, there was no iPhone. You didn't have multi-touch screens where you can like make your own interfaces, like anything you want. All you had that was affordable for average musicians to like hook up to Ableton were these cheesy little keyboards made of plastic and maybe something that looked like a drum machine from 1982. So those are really good musical interfaces for playing keys, playing drums, but what if you want to play with loops? What if you want those loops to be just as expressive, just as, you know, malleable as a note on your guitar? You know, I think you need something with more expression than just a button or a knob. So that led me to start hacking up existing controllers. That was awesome. I did a good job. I can start showing you some slides. You want to see some slides? Yeah, okay. I'll show you what I'm talking about when I say hacking controllers. We're a little ahead of ourselves. Hey, that's me. And there's the controller I'm talking about. So this was like, oh yes, it's a cheesy little plastic keyboard, but it's been combined with Chaos Pad and a cursable touch strip and faders and knobs from DJ mixers, and I was kind of trying to like take all my favorite things from all the sort of less expensive electronic instruments that existed at that time, and like put them into one instrument, map them all out to all the things that Ableton could do, and turn it into a really performable instrument. And I was doing music like you'll see in this little video. Hey, how's it going? My name's Moldover, and I'm a controllerist. Controllerism is just like turntablism, but instead of using turntables and a mixer to make music, I use software and a controller. Song. Because I like simple songs. What are we gonna play? And I was talking earlier today about how you make music technology performance more understandable to audiences. Because that's an important thing to me. I think you'll enjoy a show more if you understand what's going on. If you go to see the symphony orchestra, but you don't have no idea what conductors do, and you see this guy in front going like, can't tell what they're doing, you're gonna enjoy that concert a little bit less, I think. So what I try to do in my performances is kind of sometimes ease people into what's going on technically, and I think that helps them appreciate how things work. So this is a really simple song that uses just this instrument, and it kind of like gradually uses a few of the many things that it can do. And hopefully if people are paying attention, they'll learn how this instrument works and learn a little bit about my kind of like greater ethos, or, you know, the kind of instruments that you're gonna see in a performance. So I often play this one at the beginning. It's called I Choose. Hey. Hey, hey, hey. Okay. December, the coldest I remember. I walked to the river I used to ride on. The sun's gone down to make room for night. I sit on my blanket and pray to the light. I choose the end, and I choose how. I choose when, I choose now. I write to my lover, I wonder if mother and all of my friends will miss me next year. Who'll keep my home? Who'll keep my dogs? Who'll keep my memory when I let go? I choose the end, and I choose how. I choose when, I choose now. Peace. I just wanna be flow like this river back to the sea. I choose the end, and I choose how. I choose when, I choose now, and I choose the end. I choose how, I choose when, I choose, I choose now. A friend just surfs through, it picks songs from this really big Ableton set with lots and lots of songs and lots of scenes, so that this is all I look at when I play a show. I'm not seeing this like crazy big thing. It's just sort of like a interface for songs, and it reads from a text file. So I just edit a little text file and it makes that screen, and now I have a button for each song. So I'm gonna play a song called Not Your Mirror. It turned white, but anyways, I just picked a song.